Tonight on CTV News, we bring you updates from the Skyline fire that broke out near Horse Tooth Reservoir.
Then we update you on the West Nile cases in Larimer County.
And the bear that caused local schools to go on lockout. All this and more on CTV News at 7. We begin tonight with breaking news from this afternoon. A fire broke out on the northern end of Horse Tooth Reservoir. The Skyline fire burned around 50 acres. The Poudre Fire Authority responded to the Skyline fire at the 500 block of northern Larimer County Road 23 at around 11:30 this morning.
According to the Larimer County Sheriff's Office, County Road 23 was closed from County Road 42C and 25G. For more updates on this story, follow CTV 11 on Twitter. Fort Collins Police needs help looking for a suspect in an attempted abduction that took place in West Fort Collins on Tuesday afternoon. Police say this suspect is described as a Hispanic male about 5 feet 10 inches with a thin mustache, tattoos on both arms, and bushy eyebrows. He was last seen wearing a white tank top and blue jeans. The car he was seen driving is an older tan 4-door sedan with bubble-tinted window. Anyone with information is asked to call Tessa Jacobson at 970-416-2825.
Rocky Mountain High School and 3 other area schools were placed on lockout yesterday morning after a bear was sighted in the area. Colorado Parks and Wildlife were able to locate the 125-pound bear in a yard behind the school. Colorado Parks and Wildlife was able to tranquilize the bear and relocate it to the Larimer River Valley.
Since August 22nd, there have been 6 accidents in Fort Collins. With a growing community comes a growing concern for safety. I talked to students at CSU and faculty about pedestrian safety.
So I came out on my bike and he was, I guess, on the ground when I came out, and there were cars stopped and the cops weren't there yet, so I was waiting there and then the cops came.
We are at the corner of Ellis Drive and Pitkin Street, where CSU freshman TJ Avery was hit by a vehicle while crossing the street on Monday, August 26th, the first day of classes. According to the City of Fort Collins' 2019 Annual Roadway Safety Report, 87% of all reported pedestrian crashes involve some level of injury or fatality. More than 70% of all crashes occur at intersections and/or driveways.
Now, 3 years ago, we worked with the city to, we identified a behavior along with this more and more students living west of campus. We saw a behavior of students crossing Shield Street between Pitkin and Elizabeth Street, where there is no traffic light and no controls. And so, working with the city of Fort Collins, 2 projects, the bulk of which were funded by Colorado State University, were deployed. One was the underpass under Shields, and the other is the pedestrian activated crossing between Pitkin and Springfield.
I feel like it's extremely important for car drivers as well as the students themselves to be extremely aware of their surroundings at all times, looking both ways, as well as the drivers themselves, being cautious of who's in front of them, and, looking around to see if there are pedestrians walking.
The fatality that happened on campus, the first day of classes, really is something that affects us all, everyone in the campus community, very directly. And so we, me and my campus planning role, and others in these other aspects of making the campus safe, take it very seriously, and it
For more information on these accidents, you can visit fcgov.com.
So you may have noticed those pesky mosquitoes flying around more recently, and that's because it is peak biting season, and they aren't just leaving behind itchy bumps, they're leaving behind the West Nile virus. Just this week, there have been 2 confirmed cases in Fort Collins. Fort Collins resident Jane Slazak loves taking her dog, Sadie, on early morning walks every day around campus. Originally from Minnesota, Slazok knows the pesky bugs can be more than just irritating. They can also make people very sick.
It is a concern because where I used to live was kind of country and always worried about, West Nile and getting it and always concerned.
With the recent outbreak of the West Nile virus, health officials say everyone should take precautions at dawn and dusk. They recommend wearing long-sleeve shirts, long pants, and using insect repellent with DEET. 20% of people are susceptible to the virus, which can lead to illness.
Symptoms of West Nile virus are fever, body aches, joint aches, headache. Sometimes people get vomiting and diarrhea. Sometimes they can get a rash. In general, they just feel pretty crummy.
The Fort Collins Natural Areas Department say they are taking this very seriously.
Our program really focuses on larvicide, so early on in the season before the mosquitoes really ramp up, we're identifying ponds, we're identifying wet areas that are producing mosquitoes, and we're treating those so that we can tamp down the mosquito population at a larval level.
But for now, Jane is going to take her chances. After all, Sadie wouldn't have it any other way. The City of Fort Collins and Larimer County Health Department will be spraying for West Nile on Sunday, September 8th and Wednesday, September 11th between 11 at night and 2 in the morning. The spray area will span from Drake Road to the southern end of Douglas Road on the northern end. It will also cover areas between Overland Trail and Shields east to Timberline Road. You know, Bella, although the West Nile virus only affects 20% of people, this week there have been 4 human cases of a different mosquito-transmitted virus called the Eastern Equine Encephalitis that has already taken 1 life in Massachusetts.
Wow, Lauren, I actually didn't even know there was another mosquito virus.
Yeah, it's really important to wear the mosquito repellent with DEET and to always have long sleeve shirts and pants on when you're outside.
I will make sure of that. City Council removed language from their public nudity ordinance that banned women over the age of 10 from exposing their breasts in a public space in Fort Collins. The move to remove the language comes after a fierce and costly legal battle that nearly ended up in the Supreme Court. According to the Coloradoan, the city spent over $300,000 trying to defend its ban, but the 10th District Court of Appeals in February ruled against the city in a 2-to-1 vote, stating that the ordinance specifically targeted a group based on gender. For more information on the story, you can visit collegian.com.
The City of Fort Collins launched its broadband network this August 29th. The network, which was originally approved by voters in 2017. The network, which launched for about 1,000 residents, will offer up to will offer 10 gigabytes of high-speed internet. The program offers packages as low as $19.99 for 1 gigabyte and $299 for 10 gigabytes of internet. A full rollout of the network is expected to be done by late 2020 or early 2021.
This coming November, Fort Collins voters can expect to see a tax increase on the ballot. The Poudre School District will be asking voters for an $18 million mill levy to fund an increase for teacher salaries. According to the Coloradoan, $14.7 million would be used solely for teachers' pay increases, with $2 million being used for mental health and security and safety. 17 people have gotten sick after eating at Torchy's Tacos on South College Avenue. Complaints started coming into the Larimer County Department of Health and Environment on August 20th.
The health department rated the restaurant as unacceptable on the 29th. According to the health inspection report, customers and employees fell ill with symptoms including vomiting, stomach cramps, diarrhea, and headaches. For an updated list of the health inspections, you can visit larimer.org/food.
Wow, Lauren, I've actually never eaten at Torchy's Tacos. Have you?
I have, just a few times, but I think it's really important to know that that situation is happening so people can avoid that.
I agree. That's all the time we have, but don't go away just yet. James Hall will let us know what to expect for this weekend's weather.